come down and you cross Highway 17, you can climb up the Black Road, and that will connect to the brand new, opened in the last month, John Nicholas Trail and Skyline Trail, which are part of Santa Clara County Park, which is a wonderful new trail connection. So.
Awesome.
But, in between those two parts are.
So here we have El Sereno, and up here is Bear Creek Redwoods. So in the first 5 years, the first project we have in this area is going to be it's a bigger Richmond, right? Bridge across 17, which will really be cool. Yeah. And so that's going to start very shortly here, working on that. At the same time, it's really important to me, and you know I'm a mountain biker. The reason I mountain bike is I love wildlife. This is in conjunction with, there's also going to be a wildlife corridor underpass for the mountain lions. And I don't know if a lot of you know, but there have been a lot of mountain lion hits in this area. There's a drainage, they come down and they try to cross Highway 17 and they get hit. So the really cool news is there's also going to be we're going to be able to go over, and the wildlife is going to be able to go under.
If any of you are familiar with the Cat's restaurant on Highway 17, there's a reason it's called the Cat's, and it's been that way for a long time. Just south of there is where that undercrossing will be. It's going to be in an enlarged culvert and working with Caltrans.
Yeah. So our Natural Resources Department is working on that. What is going to start here in Bear Creek Redwoods is the preserve plan, and the public outreach probably starting as early as next springtime. I'm working on, it's not a master plan, but it's going to be a preserve plan. I know that Silicon Valley mountain bikers and all other stakeholders are going to want to be interested in that public process, and I'm going to weigh in. We do not know, and we do not know yet how many trails, what trails will be multi-use or anything. It's definitely something that everybody's going to want to weigh in on. And up here in El Sereno, the only thing we have happening really doesn't involve mountain bikes. We're just going to be adding dog use. So those of you who are dog owners, you'll be excited.
On that Bear Creek thing, if you get an email from the Silicon Valley mountain bikers saying, please write a letter to these politicians and advocate for access in this area, that might be critical. It might become time to petition our government here in a year or so. It's a beautiful area.
It's really beautiful. The one thing we do know is that the equestrians, because there's Bear Creek stables there and everything, there's an anticipated heavy equestrian use, and I know that there's a very good synergy between a lot of the mountain bikers and equestrians. So
we certainly try for that.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to the north, the Saratoga Gap, Montebello, and Stevens Creek County Park is slated for that area, some connectors. This is Stevens Canyon. It is the San Andreas Fault as well, so you can see it's very conspicuous.
So there's a lot of different lands in this area, and lots of times if you ride up Stevens Canyon, like you go down to the end of the road and you ride up the Canyon Trail or you ride up Table Mountain, you probably don't know a good portion of the time you're in county parks. Some of the time then you cross over into Mid-Peninsula. And Mike has been working closely with county parks to slowly get some of the parcels, and we're getting the last parcel now to kind of make a full connection of the upper Stevens Creek area. And the intent is going to be to develop trails that connect to the county parks all the way to where we all ride up to the Canyon Trail, so up to the Stevens Creek area. And so he's kind of,
I drew those yellow lines
yeah, those
there.
yellow lines right there. The thing we don't know, because it's with county parks, that we have no idea exactly where the alignment will be. It's just in the very idea stage. We're just getting the last parcel, and kind of unexpectedly, right? We did not expect to get it so quickly. So.
Yeah, so for the last 10 years, we've been jointly purchasing a number of properties in the canyon, all told about 900 acres, and about 400 of those acres have been on a shared basis with Santa Clara County Parks. And so what our agreement is then, we would work on connecting Lower Stevens Creek County Park with Upper Stevens Creek County Park, which ultimately connects up to Skyline. And then if you head south, you could also go from Skyline to Big Basin on trails that are on state parks and district land and private easements. So it's pretty exciting that we've been trying to piece these last physical land pieces together, and then the trail planning starts between our two agencies.
So again, that would be, I think, what Charlie's kind of drawn in here is, here's some ideas where it might be. The Zinfandel Trail is up here. Now that's a hiking only, and there is a plan to connect it to the Zinfandel. So in the planning stages of this, again, this would be a time for all stakeholders who are interested to get involved and weigh in and have the conversations about multi-use on these trails. We don't know yet because if we're doing it in partnership with county parks. So we just really, and as I said, we hadn't anticipated this would start so quickly, except that we just were able to pick up the last process. So